Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hoagie 1685 here. Today we're going to do the S&B cold air intake.
Take 12.
S&B cold air intake install on my 07 5.9 Dodge Ram. And yeah, here we go. First step, guys, make sure you take off both your negative connections off your batteries. Just in case you know when you're wrenching with or whatever screwdriver ratchet and you bumped a positive connection, and you know there are sensitive electronics in here, so if you're to arc something out, it's not a good idea. So just pull them off. It takes 2 seconds. What's that? That's a rag for checking my oil. A little farmer trick.
I use the backside of my jean, put it in your leg like this, and you go like that.
Is that what you did there?
Where? No.
Oh. No room to get out of this thing. Lights out.
So was the 6.7 already coming in Cummins trucks when this truck came out?
So this truck is an early 07, so it's the last year of the 5.9. 07 and a half, it went to the 6.7. So this is the good motor, pre-emissions, no DPF or EGR. That's why I got it.
It says 6.7 there, that's why I asked.
Yeah, it's just something common. They always put the stickers for multiple models and engines.
There's even like a 3.7 gas on there.
Yeah.
I don't think that was an option for 2,500.
So tools you need for the job: 8mm socket, 10mm socket, 13mm, and the wrenches for the same. 1/2-inch wrench and socket, T20 Torx, 5/16 nut driver, and a Phillips screwdriver and some pliers. So we'll start, guys, by taking the air intake temperature sensor out with the T20 Torx. Just be really careful with this because they're not cheap and you don't want to wreck it and you don't want to get it dirty. So just be very careful with it. We're actually gonna unplug it, take it out of the equation here. Somehow. So next step, we're gonna pull the gear clamp off the air box here, and it's just the 110mm nut here, and the air box should come out.
Wow.
So I think it sits on a rubber grommet. She doesn't want to leave the truck. There we go. Okay, so the stock air box just pops in these two little rubber grommets here. So that's why I was having a hard time and it was hitting the overflow here, but yep, just pops up. And now we're gonna take this the tube off going down to the turbo.
Might as well put a bigger turbo while you're down there. Yeah, go on.
You know anyone who's got a Borg Warner?
Yeah, I know someone.
Now previously inside here, these trucks stock, inside here is this stupid baffle thing to quiet it down so you don't hear the turbo. I separated this already and pulled that whole baffle out. You can see on the turbo I already removed the silencer ring. So it already did have a little bit of a whistle, but she's really gonna sing now. And they got this squeak thing in there too, eh?
That's really cool.
But there's like this whole...
Is that actually
That's factory, isn't it?
proven that it helps?
I don't know. But yeah. It's clean in there anyway, so the filter's been doing its job. So this is on my truck here. We got a whole set HE351. That's the stock turbo that comes with this truck. Okay, next step, we're gonna mount the air intake temperature sensor onto the tube here, and make sure you use the supplied new little screws in the gasket.
Ready before people get in.
So the next step, we're gonna install the bottom cover to the airbox here. So we got the nice supplied bolts here and the washers. And make sure you use the lock washer and they kind of did a double here. They got a nylock and a lock washer, so it's definitely not coming off. Okay, next we're going to install the little silicone ring here. Little tip. Make sure you got both your nuts facing towards you, so you can easily tighten them when you go to put it on the truck. So now we're ready to install this boot and the pipe, and then we'll slide in the box. Well, you can see the stock hole here where the air comes in through the fender. I got some HID wiring in there.
Yeah. There you go.
Fits like a glove. So right now, until we get everything all in, we're just gonna put everything loose.
Is that in already?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty simple.
Simple. Yep, that is.
Don't forget to hook up your air intake temperature sensor. Okay, now that everything's sitting in there pretty good. Actually, I think we'll plop on the filter. Get the filter on. Pull the intake tube out a little bit first to help you get it on, and then just slide it all together. There we go. Just remember, guys, when you push in the new S&B box, there are still little prongs on the bottom of this box, just like the stock one, and they just push into those rubber grommets down there. So just make sure it's seated down in there. And we got the gear clamp tightened onto the turbo here, so we're just going to go ahead and tighten the filter on, and then it's just a matter of putting the seal on the lid and putting the lid on, and we're done. That's the German torque spec right there, nice and tight. So the next step, peel off the wrap off this nice cover here, and then we got the gasket to go around the clear lid. Oh
no.
Ruined. Probably about the longest part of this install, this intake, is peeling off this layer. Although this time we did take a heat gun to it, the other side was, yeah, a lot harder.
That's fattest slime.
So if you live in Canada and you're doing this install in the winter time, take the time, put the heat gun to this thing, and it'll come off a lot better.
Make sure you got your campfire going in your igloo. Don't elbow me.
Okay, time to put the lid on. So the kit comes with little Phillips screws and then little plastic washers. Now you want to make sure, because this is like a plexiglass, polycarbonate, whatever, you don't want to tighten it too much because you don't want to crack it. There we go.
Woo! Look at that.
The stock tube going down to the turbo had a little spot for this to your intake temperature wire to clip onto. This one unfortunately does not, so we're just gonna zip tie it over here for now. It's out of the way, otherwise, you know, you gotta run a zip tie around that too, but I thought I'd just bring it over here and zip tie it. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this install video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and check out Shifted Interest also on the YouTube. They got a great channel, great builds, great videos. Check them out.
Yep.
Get rid of that garbage.